It's a unique opportunity to help influence things in a positive way. I benefit nothing other than seeing Bunnell and the kids in that community enjoy a safe opportunity at the Carver Center.
Bunnell Police Chief David Brannon expressing his support for the involvement of the Police Athletic League at the Carver Center. A public service consulting firm is suing the Flagler County Commission, the Flagler County Sheriff's Office, the Flagler County School Board, and the Bunnell City Commission, claiming that the interlocal agreement among governing bodies to bring the Police Athletic League to the Carver Center violates the law and opposes the wishes of Bunnell's black residents. David Brannon is vice chair of the Carver Center Advisory Board and sits on the Police Athletic League Board of Directors.
I highly support PAL being there. If I had my own PAL program, my butt off to get them in the Carver Center. It's a magnet for kids to have positive interaction, whether it's with law enforcement or not, and for them to grow and develop and learn skills, that's going to benefit them later on in life. So anything I can do to help support that process, I'm going to do that.
Brannon says the PAL program is supported in Flagler County and nationwide.
It's really disappointing because I don't perceive or see anything racist about it. They want to support PAL wherever that program is going to exist, and the sheriff and his team have decided that they'd like to have a presence in Bunnell, and I fully support that.
General Counsel for the Flagler County Sheriff's Office released a statement calling the lawsuit frivolous, without merit, and misrepresents the basic facts of the interlocal agreement. Good morning, Flagler County. I'm Rich Carroll. You're listening to Flagler's Morning News on Monday, March 25th. A busy intersection is closing today for several months. Karen Johnson has details on how to navigate around it.
The orange cones are coming out as Flagler County officials alert residents that Old Kings Road is closing at US 1 by the Florida Agricultural Museum beginning today for several months. Julie Murphy, Flagler County Communications Coordinator.
There's going to be a marked detour at Matanzas Wood Parkway that motorists are instructed to use.
Murphy explains in more detail the type of work being done by the engineering company.
They're putting in a roundabout there. Apparently, signs have been in place for a couple of weeks, but just, if somebody wants to go to the Ag Museum or to Princess Place, we don't want them to be on autopilot and think they're going to be able to go up US 1 and turn right onto Old Kings Road.
The project should take about 4 months to complete. For Flagler's Morning News, I'm Karen Johnson.
This local news is a service of Flagler County's Toyota dealer, Beaver Toyota US 1 St. Augustine, here to wow you.
If we do not look forward and plan for the future now, the future will never arrive. These major projects take decades in the making, so we have to start the process now, but never at the expense of today's residents.
The state of Florida plans to spend $150 million on Flagler County's growth, with more than half going to road projects.
The state appropriating $80 million to extend the Palm Coast Parkway and Matanzas Woods Parkway east to US 1 with a connector loop road. Palm Coast Mayor David Alfin.
We're creating access to that property, and then it's up to the private sector to begin to plan and manage it. The only thing the city will oversee is that we lay down the green print first. That's at the request of the governor. We make sure we protect our greenlands and that we make sure that we work with the land and not against the land. There's an environmental sensitivity to this project, so we truly want to be a model for the rest of the state.
House Speaker Paul Renner says the money will be wisely spent.
It would be done in a way that would set aside a lot of green space. It would have pretty world-class youth sports facilities, really, really nice, a lot of walking trails, kind of growth that you'd want as opposed to some of the rapid, uncontrolled growth that gives people some concerns. So it'd be, over the next decade or so, just as people are looking for a place to live and I think contribute to our tax base, allow us to bring in more businesses where, we're not going to see the pressure on taxes that we might see otherwise.
The $80 million loop will be built in 3 segments. For Flagler's Morning News, I'm Daryl Moody.
Now that the National Association of Realtors lawsuit has settled, what does it mean for those involved?
Flagler Association of Realtors President Eddie Marsal said on a recent episode of Real Estate Matters with host Toby Tobin that the new ruling makes who is paid and how much they are paid more transparent.
I haven't seen 6 in a long time, and when you look at the averages, I would say that number's way off. That's why I don't like it when you see those headlines that are 6%.
Marsal said that a majority of the country, including Florida, is at a 5% real estate commission rate. You can listen to Real Estate Matters with host Toby Tobin here on WNZF Saturday mornings at 11, anytime on the Flagler radio app. Tomorrow, Real Estate Matters host Toby Tobin, a realtor himself, talks about what it was like before the lawsuit. From the WNZF Newsroom, I'm Deb Albertson.
And now you're up to date on Flagler's Morning News. I'm Rich Carroll.
And now, Mike Licio with your WNZF local sports update.
The accolades keep coming as all area teams continue to be released by the Daytona Beach News Journal. In girls soccer, Savannah O'Grady, who was the area's leading scorer before a season-ending injury, joined teammates Natalie Neal, Ariana Johnson, and freshman Ivy Chen on the first team. Chen on the Bulldogs rallying behind their injured teammate.
After our captain got hurt, it was really important to us to stay strong and do it for her.
3 Bulldogs and 1 Pirate made the second team. Boys basketball featured FPC's Jameer Clark and Pirates' Ryasir Jefferson and Henry Robinson Jr. Matanzas coach Henry Robinson Sr. says the two make each other better.
When he gets going, it makes teams have to focus on him, and if they focus on him, it takes the focus off Junior, and now Junior can go. When they put the focus back on Junior, Rock can go. So now that 2-man game we run with those 2 guys is just unbelievable.
In girls basketball, 2 Bulldogs were honored. The backcourt duo of Allie Connerton and Ava Works were second team. Ava talked about their chemistry early in the season.
We both have a heart for the game and we have similar ways of playing, so it's easy to work off of each other because I feel like we have the same mindset about the game.
In boys soccer, Ned Uronis and Sergio Posada of Matanzas joined FPC's Aaron Binkley on the first team. Bulldog keeper Tegan Paulo was one of 7 county players on the second team. FPC's Ramtin Amiri was coach of the year. During the season, Amiri talked about his team responding to a 1-2 start to win 16 of their next 18 games.
The loss has helped us because it allowed us to grow and reflect, and since then, we've been playing great.
In girls weightlifting, Zoe Gutera and Nia Williams of FPC made the second team. One game Friday, Cocoa Boys Lacrosse defeated Matanzas 9-4. School is back in session this week. FPC tennis is at the alma mater. Matanzas flag football hosts Interlochen. FPC baseball is at Bishop Kenny today and Richview tomorrow. Tuesday, boys lacrosse. Matanzas is at Father Lopez. The alma mater is at FPC. Bulldog girls lacrosse travels to Atlantic Coast. It's a twin billing at the Ship tomorrow. Pirate softball hosts Father Lopez. Rich Carroll and I will be on the air at 6, bringing you the Pirate baseball game. That features Matanzas against Menendez on the WNZF Facebook page and the Flagler Radio YouTube channel. Pirate second baseman Nick Pandich was the News Journal Athlete of the Week. Bulldog Colby Cronk announced his commitment to NC State. We're your home for local sports with updates Mondays and Fridays. From the WNZF Sports Desk, I'm Mike Licio.